Yo, what is up, YouTube? It's your boy, YBP Gang, YBP Nation, YBP Boxing, YBP MMA. Coming at y'all with the immediate fight reaction for UFC uh, Ultimate Fighter, Season 31, Episode 10. I think now it is. In this episode, we got bantamweight matchup, 135-pound matchup between Timur Valiev versus Brad Katona. Pretty interesting episode. We had Brad Katona switch sides, pretty much left Team Chandler. We know the issues that they had in the past, them disagreeing with, the stuff that they were working on. And obviously Brad Katona initially being on Conor McGregor's side. So he made that switch with all the people qualifying from like the group stage and all that type of stuff. Make it to the next round, so they got that opportunity to switch. So he made that transition. But Timur Valiev, I think, was initially on Team Chandler, so he just stayed there. So yeah, we saw, Brad Katona go to his, roots, stay with his team, initial team, obviously. So, that was pretty cool to see. They got to see their families, all that type of stuff, or at least Timur Valiev saw his mom, and then Brad Katona saw his girlfriend. So that was pretty cool to see. Trying to think what else happened in the episode. That was pretty much it that I could just remember off the top of my head. And then we get to the actual episode, like the weigh-in, all that type of stuff. Nothing really happened there. Then we had the fight. Yeah, man, it was a really, really, really good fight, I would say. Good back and forth battle. I think it was, as far as scorecards go, I don't really understand why. From a fighter's point of view, I think Timur Valiev has the right to be obviously a little disappointed as to, decision not going this way. But I thought Katona got round one. I thought he edged that out just in the earlier portion of the round. I think Timur Valiev did a lot of stuff later in the round, like with putting him up against the cage, those type of shots. But Katona was piecing him up for like 80% of that round, 70%. And then Valiev finished strong. And then obviously like all the blood and all that type of stuff kind of playing in the favor of Timur Valiev. But stuff like that, I mean, I've seen people use that argument in other fights where it's like, oh, this guy's all bloody, this guy's all this and that. But that could have been landed off of one insignificant elbow while, the person who got elbowed is piecing the other guy up on the feet. So you can't just solely look on just how a person looks to tell who's winning the fight and who's necessarily doing the most damage. Which is, it's a trippy concept. I know it doesn't sound necessarily correct in concept that you should just be able to look at someone, but in practice, I think if with some examples, I think that first round was a really good example of that occurrence. And obviously the second round, I mean, it was decently close, but I think that was Katona's best round. Hard to make a case for Timur Valiev there. And he had that one, he had a reversal a little bit, slammed, not slammed, but I mean, he reversed it. It was an impact takedown, so that could score a little bit, but mostly Katona for most of that round, so it was very clearly his. And then the last round, a bit of an argument for Timur Valiev. I think actually I gave that one to him. I think he might have nicked it. But just to break it down the rounds, my point is that I think there's more of an argument for Brad Katona 30-27 than there is for Timur Valiev 29-28. Just because all those rounds, you can make a case. I mean, Katona, he had a really good, well-rounded performance. Really impressed by him. If you watch my breakdown, it's pinned to if you click on my channel, first thing you see, break it down each fighter on UFC Ultimate Fighter McGregor versus Chandler Season 31. I picked Timur Valiev to go all the way, so but I tried to stay as unbiased as possible. I think I maintained my unbiasedness in this case, and yeah, man. I mean, he's good, but he's just not good enough. I think honestly, two guys who could, be in the UFC might fit right in. Both they got something there for sure. Katona knows how to win fights. Valiev's fun in there. I mean, I don't want to say. I think they could be UFC caliber. I mean, I don't necessarily know what the threshold is nowadays. You see differing levels of talent in the UFC nowadays. Really good, really bad. So I'd say they can fit right in, but you know, tough to get in. So I think if there's a call, Valley alluded to it. He said if the UFC needs somebody to step in, I'm right there. He's friends with Islam Makhachev, Saeed Nurmagomedov, Nazim Sadikov, Fareed Basharat. I think he's cool with those guys. So he'll be all right. He'll bounce back. Brad Katona, man, he just knows how to win fights, and I think in this fight he showed he's fun. He's in there to scrap. He can have a good, entertaining fight and just put on a show for the fans. So I think he'll fit right in the UFC, win, loss, or draw in the TUF 31 finale with the bantamweights. And yeah, honestly, I expect him to win it. He's beat the best guy in my opinion, so I think he goes all the way. So that's all we got for y'all. Pretty good episode. Definitely a step up from TUF 31 episode 9. Hopefully episode 11 and episode 12 we can finish off the show strong, and then we get to Dana White's Contender Series. It should be fun. But that's all I really got for y'all. Leave a like on the video, subscribe. Peace out, Moose Squad. You already know what it is. Boo!